I just went to my kid and it says 1, 2, 3, go! Yeah! Hey ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's me, Meat Puppet. Happy freaking Father's Day. Hope you guys are having the best time if you are a father. And as for me, I didn't get any gifts because officially I don't really care. But my wife knows that. For my wife, the way we have this thing going on, Father's Day is every day. We just make the best of it. We're not gonna focus on one day to congratulate Papa because then Papa is gonna feel special. What if I die yesterday? I mean, come on, man. The reason I want to talk about it is just to point out a few of the things that are interesting that being a father, it kind of sucks sometimes because it's like nobody promotes to be a father. And then when you don't become the father, you're the example of a bad father. So I found this video from Roommates. He's gonna talk about, well, the title of the video is No One Cares About Father. So he's gonna point a few stuff. Maybe I can agree with him and maybe I can come with a few points why or how we can change it because I'm having a blast. But then again, I have a very agreeable wife that listens to my opinion instead of just dragging me along as if I don't know what I'm talking about.
The first way we belittle fathers is that we say that fathers are irrelevant. I cannot tell you how many articles I have seen from people, especially on the far left, who make these think pieces about how irrelevant fathers are today.
Hey, irrelevant.
I always thought it was weird why people would say like fathers are irrelevant. You don't need a father. You can do it. You can do it all alone. You know what surprises me? When I became a father, the weirdest thing that I noticed is the baby, taking care of the baby, it's super easy. The problem is consistency. You always have to be aware of the baby. That's the hard part. You have to prepare everything, the food, the clean bottle and everything, the diapers, everything. You cannot wait at the last moment to fix everything because the baby would start crying. If you handle your baby in a way that he doesn't have to cry to get your attention because you've put everything in its place, when he just does something simple, you fix the problem and the baby doesn't normalize crying to get your attention. If you solve that in the beginning, the baby is not going to believe, well, I always need to cry to get the attention. So doing stuff at the last moment, that was a no for me. I prepared everything and it worked amazingly. Taking care of the baby logically like a gangster the way I did, it was super fun and easy with my wife. It wasn't hard at all. If you focus on the baby, prepare and be selfless and make sure the baby is comfortable so your wife is comfortable so the baby doesn't copy her stress and get stressed because babies notice them. Go start a fight in front of a baby that's happy in the box. He's gonna cry. But you keep telling fathers are irrelevant. I don't understand that. What about the kids that sees that? Isn't the kid is gonna be like, oh, so I'm not important? Or the girl might be like, oh, so I can have another baby because the man is not important. Isn't that weird? Isn't that toxic? Imagine the way you're talking about the father, you're talking about a different race since the beginning of time when he is born or she is born. Isn't that toxic? So why as a lady can you say that? Statistically speaking, kids have a much better chance in life if the father is at home. So if I show you the statistic of fatherless home and two parents household and you give me these two statistics, there is no way I'm gonna choose the fatherless one to prove a point that I can do it on my own. And then also you want me to say Happy Father's Day to the woman?
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Mama.
Happy Father's Day, Mom.
Oh, Mom.
No, you're just a superwoman. You're a Wonder Woman. You're doing an amazing job. You're doing something beyond your own level. You're doing something extra. No, you don't want to be like, I want to do something extra because I have to tell my kid I kind of made the mistake and now I have to work harder. I'm going to tell him I am the best there could be and there is no mistake in the life, right? Okay, easy. But then tell the kid also in the beginning when you were alone and were getting used to the baby 24/7, 24/7, 24/7 because you don't really have a break. Because you sleep, wake up, you're afraid something might happen to the baby. That's a different stress. The times that you cry alone, knowing that everybody is outside but you're not outside. You're telling me that was a very fun moment? You're telling me that it takes a village to raise the baby? Not everybody has a village. And second of all, why the heck would you have a baby because you assume a village is going to take care of it? Isn't that kind of narcissistic? Like, you have to help me because I made the baby. With so many things to stop yourself from making the baby? It's not our fault, it's patriarchy. Men also should be able to take a pill or something weird like that, right? I'm like, of course, but pills make women aggressive, but that's acceptable. But not men. Case closed.
All these articles celebrating single moms and celebrating women that you don't need a man, you don't need any man to raise your child, you can do it all by yourself. And this message has really become a part of the American ethos where literally men have been reduced to simply sperm donors and piggy banks.
Yep. We get money with our dick and we lose money with our dick.
And to me, these messages continuously reinforce all these negative stigmas about fathers. You see TV shows like The Simpsons and like Family Guy and like all these different shows that make the dad out to be some lazy, irresponsible guy.
Why do we have such an image that usually the fathers are like deadbeat, doing a job they don't enjoy, they just want to watch TV, drink beer and everything? Not all men are like that. Do we really think we can do something like that for women and that's going to be considered acceptable? No way. I hated Homer Simpson because he reminded me of my father, but in a different way. He wasn't fully responsible for specific of his action. Now, don't get me wrong. My father did an amazing job. He took care of me and my brother alone. Mother passed away young, so suddenly something clicked in his mind. Hey man, I can't play by the olden rules back in the day. And he says, I got a job and I have to do everything. The problem is my father wasn't very emotionally accessible because he wasn't used to that. So I saw that kind of like in Homer, that he didn't do the effort, and that image, I just hated it. But imagine if you're a kid that you're not so self-aware and you think that is funny and you think that is chill. You think that is his future, chilling more, watching more TV, and maybe drink something, popsicle or something like that. Why do you promote something like that, but on TV, you definitely do not want your girl to see any lady acting like a fat mom doing nothing, screaming and only cooking shitty food, for example. You would never accept it as a lady. That would be such a bad image. So why do we have this? I just got so pissed off watching all those stuff and thought, you know what? I just want people to see me in a way respectfully. And I thought, I'm going to make my freaking utopia. And I worked freaking hard at it. And you know what? Right now I can chill. Proud two boys, wife freaking happy, everything chill. We make time to do our stuff together. And it's beautiful. But then again, for some people, that's toxic. One time, I told a lady that I don't think the job is hard, but it's constant and that sometimes can be frustrating depending on the day. And this stupid lady came on, yeah, because now it's your turn, bada bing, bada boom. And I just looked at her like, I'm one guy that does exactly what would save maybe the world because the father is there, work, play with the kids. I'm their iPad, I'm their TikTok, and I'm having fun at it. Because I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, so I need to disconnect my stress on gym and different stuff. And sometimes I just want to take the easy route and I don't take it. And she was like, good for you. That's the punishment for all the ladies in the past. I'm like, where did this come from? So my wife jumps in and she just articulates stuff like, yo man, why are you saying that? He's not the guy that you're gonna call misogynist. in the whole skill situation. He doesn't do those things. He applies, he gives, he's always there for our, so he's kind of Gucci. So if you have frustration, go find your different man outside and curse them. Don't curse the one that seems to be doing the job, but because he's here, he reminds you of a bad feeling. It's so weird that we live in a society like that, that I really try to change it, because it's hard for me sometimes to convince another man how beautiful it is because everybody told him,
you're irrelevant. And as you guys know, I've talked to many people in regards to the importance of marriage in a healthy manner. And one of the biggest reasons I believe marriage is important is that two parents can raise a kid and every man can raise his kid.
Two parents can raise a kid just like wrestling. You tag team that. And you switch. If one screams, the other one keeps the same tone or doesn't say anything, because we don't know what happened. We don't know the crime scene. We don't know what's happening. We just acknowledge that, hey, I didn't agree with you, what you just said there, but we don't disagree in front of the kid. That's amazing. You can bounce ideas. It's beautiful. You don't correct each other in front of the kid. That's a no-no in this family. And I love it when people say, yeah, you took the easy route. You built the family in your 20s and I just enjoyed life. I took the dangerous life, but you don't have to show it in my face as if you're living your life Gucci. I'm like, look, man, I put a seed 20 years ago almost, right? And it's beautiful. It's a big tree now. No, that's not my fault.
When it comes to male behavior, when it comes to male incarceration, when it comes to different things about income and family stability, across every single study, children always fare better when their fathers are at home.
There are certain things that men need to do by themselves, and society doesn't really guide you. They just push you to try to be better, and that's it. And when something bad's happen, they're just like, you know what, just grow up. Do your thing. I don't freaking care, right? And this way of mentality, if that's near a kid, it pushes the kid to stop making excuses and get stuff done. It can be kind of hard, but at the same time, it does push them in a specific direction. So even if the father pushes you in the wrong direction, you can still learn from it, modify it, and then choose your own decision. Because one thing I noticed, for example, my father always pushed me too hard. But when I proved him wrong, he was always proud when I talked back. Not in a disrespectful way, but he was impressed. For example, if I unlocked his password, because he always chooses this cheesy password, and I unlock the computer when I'm not supposed to be playing games, he was actually happy. He said, oh, you found it? He says, yes, I found it. It's easy. He says, okay, I'm going to put another one tomorrow. Crack that one. And it was really annoying. I hated him for that, but he made it at least a type of a joy, and that pushed me to finish my studies and do my stuff. I really wanted to be an amazing father, to show him that I could do it better than you. And I know he would actually say, I know you did it better for me. And it's just sad that I could never really show him my second son.
Who are in the worst situations, especially women. Look at women who are in prostitution, women who are in escorts, women who are in strip clubs, women who are at the bottom of society, usually selling their bodies to pay their bills. Almost all of them come from a home without a father present.
Somebody told me once, hey man, if you want to have, sex with girls as quickly as possible, you have to choose the ones that have no father at home. They're just more open about the whole situation. And I was like, really? I learned it around in my 20s or something when I came to Holland. It says, yeah, because you will never get close to a daughter if the father is there. It's almost impossible. And usually the mothers were more open about it because the mothers suffered more because they're alone. So they want the kid to be more agreeable. They give her more freedom. And they told me, yeah, do whatever you have to do. Just be careful with that. And if you had the baby, I also did it. So it's kind of easy. So they don't really warn. There's a lot of stories of girls that had the baby. And if you ask them, is your mother also saying single parent? Yes. Did your mother warn you? No. She just went with the flow. And I thought I could also do it. But then I realized, hey, this kind of harder than I thought. But then, hey, you already made the baby. It's hard with a baby that changes with time. It's not like a one job McDonald's. You do the same thing over and over and you might get good at. No, a baby keeps changing. So if you don't strategize that beautifully and you're a lady that's very, hey, do this, do that, it's almost impossible to convince yourself you can be a good father. I always thought it was weird when somebody says, I don't know how to take care of a baby. I look at them like, what's wrong with you? Just do something about it. That's it. Simple. But they actually believe they don't know how to. They're never in that position. They can't go because everybody looks weird at them like, you don't know how to take care of your kid? No. Nobody knows. You don't practice taking care of a baby. Actually, girls do when they play with dolls. But now they're removing that. Not that I'm saying you have to, but I think you get my point.
And the second reason society disregards fathers is because they say fathers don't care.
That's a lie. Come on, people. How can I care about something if you always told me that you have to work to take care of the baby?
I cannot tell you how many times I've heard that. And then on the flip side, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard from men who have told me that they want to be in their kid's life, but they can't. Who men said they want to have custody of their children, but they can't.
There's this video online. The mother told the law that his father raped the kids or something like that. The case don't remember because the two daughters were too small. But then the truth came out and they found out that she lied. And then she complained. Why didn't you fight harder for them if you knew it was the truth? I was like, what? That is the truth. I put my son on my neck. Let's go. We're in the siren. Rah, 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 rah. I'm running on. And without looking, there was a tree. The tree almost hit him in his face. It had a few pointy things, scratching. He cried, why? He scratched my face. I said, oh, I'm sorry. What are we going to do? He was like, why? I looked around. What can I do to make the baby happy? We're going to play dinosaurs again, but I'm going to be careful. I put him in, let's go. Rah, 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 rah. He started laughing again and he forgot about the scratches. And that is one thing that I noticed between the difference between me and mom. Mom is empathy. She has more patience. I'm going to give her that. But because of her eyes and her reaction, the kids feed off that energy and cry even more. That sometimes I tell her, you need to dim the emotions and don't hear the baby cry and immediately, what happened? No, because immediately they go in gangster cry mode because they want that attention. You need to calm yourself down because my strategy gets flushed away when you're over emotional. She's like, oh, okay, what do you want me to do? Well, observe before you react. You don't know what the heck is happening. Maybe next time he breaks his leg, he's crying, you scream something out, and he focus more on the pain, and maybe I'm already calming him down, but you're exciting him. And it happened. But that's what you learn together. But my wife trusts my reaction because when she talks to me like, yo man, you need to listen, I respect her and I react immediately. But not everybody does that.
But like I said, society has made men to believe that they can't take care of the kid. And society has made men to believe that the kid is better off without them in their lives. But it does not mean that these men don't care. I'm so sick and tired of people trying to quantify and qualify how much men care for their children. Men are human beings too. The reason that society disregards fathers is because they make fathers out to be the bad guy. One of the worst stories I have heard consistently from man after man after man is when they were younger, their mom told them that their father was the bad guy.
Yep, and I don't need to go into a full story, but you will find enough people online that have a mom that told them the papa is the bad guy, bada bing, bada boom. And usually later the father tries to give as much as possible back. And it's like the kid is on team mom. The kid doesn't know what he has to say or what they have to do. And it's so toxic. It's so frustrating. You want the love from your dad, but you don't want to show him you are weak or something like that. Because dad is a real macho man, so I need to replicate this macho man because mom says that kind of macho man is bad. It's like such a gangster conflict that a kid shouldn't even be doing. They think simple. They don't think all that strategy. They are more forgivable. So why would you give them a situation that you're not supposed to be that forgivable? Be gangster to your papa, but then in the next 15 years, they're going to be so unforgivable. So whenever they realize what the heck you did, they're not forgivable for your own stuff. Do you see? You created a loophole that in 16 years, you're like, you know what? Oh my God. I didn't see that coming back. But hey, you're on your own because you're ever 16 or 18. Now I can do my stuff. Do you see my point? The kid is losing from the beginning till when he's old enough to hate you. I don't know, people. As a father, I'm enjoying this so much. I wish a lot of people could enjoy being a father just like me. It's so simple and so easy. She gave me something that I was not able to give her, but I gave her a balance that she didn't understand what I was giving her. And with time, slowly we became this gangster structure. And right now, life is beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. I'm sure we're gonna get different challenges, but actually our babies made us stronger as a couple because we educated each other on what we wanted in life. I don't know. I think that's my story. Hope you guys kind of learned something out of this. It was an interesting journey. All these points, you've seen them. So let me know what you guys think. Life is Gucci. And see you guys next time. Comment, like, let me know your opinion.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Put a fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam turloqueta verdeta welcome.